Hello everybody! Welcome back to another episode of the KD Adventures. Now we talk about Disney World and Universal Studios a lot on this channel, but less than 10 miles down the road there is another theme park with a bunch of good rides. In fact, there's some rides that are some of my favourites and some of the best in Orlando. So today we're going to be discussing that theme park and a brand new ride that's coming this spring. So this is all about Icebreaker at SeaWorld. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing. We talk a lot about theme parks on the KD Adventures and we do a bunch of other stuff as well. So if you don't want to miss anything, hit those buttons. So let's get straight on into it. SeaWorld Orlando opened in 1973, just 2 years after Magic Kingdom. Since opening, it's not only known for its shows and marine life, but is also home to some of the best and most unique coasters and rides in Orlando. In 1987, SeaWorld Orlando introduced Mission Bermuda Triangle, which was later renamed and rethemed Wild Arctic. But it was 10 years later when SeaWorld stepped up their game. In 1997, a water coaster, Park Coaster Part Water ride, opened at the park. That ride was Journey to Atlantis, and that was the first ride I ever went on. 3 years later, the park saw their first coaster, a B&M Flawless coaster called Kraken. In 2009, Manta, a flying coaster, opened at the park. But in 2016, my personal favourite coaster in Orlando opened. Mako is a hypercoaster named after the fastest species of shark, and it's my favourite ride due to the amount of airtime and limited amount of restraints that you get. If you ever get a chance to go on this ride, do it. And in 2018, we saw the opening of Infinity Falls, a river rapid that features a vertical elevator lift. So as you can see, SeaWorld has some of the most unique rides in Orlando. SeaWorld's sister park Busch Gardens also has a bunch of amazing and different coasters and rides, but we'll talk about that in another video. Today we're going to talk a bit about SeaWorld's new addition to the park, a brand new coaster coming very soon in 2020, and that ride is Icebreaker. Being advertised as opening spring 2020, it's not long before we see the opening of SeaWorld Orlando's brand new coaster Icebreaker. This will be a launch coaster and will be the first non-B&M coaster in the park. Icebreaker will be manufactured by Premier Rides. On June 1st, 2019, SeaWorld released a cryptic video with the hashtag #BreakTheIce. It was then announced in September that the new coaster coming to the park would be called Icebreaker, and the ride cards were revealed at the IAAPA 2019 convention. Construction began fairly quickly, with the completion of the track in February 2020. As I mentioned earlier, SeaWorld has some of the most unique coasters in Orlando. Icebreaker will be no different. Once you've left the station, there will be a sliding track section which takes you to a launch section of the ride. You will then be launched backwards up a 90-foot tall, beyond vertical spike. You will then be launched forwards. When the launch forwards is fast enough, it will continue forwards for the rest of the ride. This is done to mimic breaking the ice, and there will be a total of 4 launches on this ride. The ride will reach speeds of 52 miles per hour, with the steepest drop being 100 degrees. Although this may appear as a ride for the thrill seekers, this coaster is looking to be more of a family coaster as it features 0 inversions, and from the track layout, it doesn't seem too intense. There will be 2 trains on Icebreaker, with 3 cars per train. Each train will seat up to 18 riders with 2 across in 3 rows. Icebreaker will be located near Wild Arctic, the classic helicopter simulator ride which opened in 1995. With the San Diego version of Wild Arctic closing earlier this year, could we also be seeing the end of the run in Orlando? With the icy themed coaster being placed near the simulator, maybe it's here to stay for a while longer. However, it may need an update after 25 years of operation. What's also interesting about this ride is that the queue line will feature interactive exhibits to educate visitors on the partnership that SeaWorld has with the Alaska Sea Life Center. We think Icebreaker is going to be a great addition to the park. What are your thoughts on Icebreaker? Let us know in the comments below. We'll be breaking the ice in June when we head to SeaWorld, so stay tuned for our thoughts and we'll also show you some footage of the ride. So there we have it, a bit about SeaWorld Orlando and all you need to know about the new coaster coming this spring, that is Icebreaker. We're super excited to go on it, and as I said, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below and if you're going to be riding it this year. So thank you all for watching and we'll see you in the next one.